to receive this prize, which I did not win.
This is a terrible Christmas play. We hate this. You're ruining our childhood.
We demand a Christmas tree with festive decoration!
Tree! Now it is decorated!
This is not what Christmas is about.
Silence, human children!
You are right. I thought I understood what Christmas means to you, but it makes no sense. Peace on earth? Goodwill towards men? Really? I guess I don't really know what Christmas is about. Isn't there anyone who understands what Christmas is all about?
Yes, I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there were, in the same country, shepherds. Abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the ankle of the porridge came upon them, and the glittery office and they were sore for days. And the panda sat in them. Fear not, Frisbee Bowl. I bring good tidings.
Oh, Papa, what shall be to purple?
Weep, Rana, weep, Nineveh. Latu, Brato, Mito. There are 4 lights. Shot Bisa, Noon Hawk Tool. Dog. Actionog. And that is what Christmas is all about.
And after that,
This show's it's baby edge mashubli cup.
because of your explanation of Kishma. No! That was terrible! The negotiations succeeded because a Federation delegate spoke to Mary and asked her about Christmas. And she said, Christmas is a Klingon holiday. When I face an enemy that is stronger than I am and I win, that victory is glorious. But when I face an enemy that is stronger than I am and I throw my weapon aside, I seem foolish. Foolish like a Klingon performing a play in a language that does not speak well. But if I win, then that is a special kind of victory. You say that you want peace. Christmas weather is cold and the days are short, you go out into the storm to be with family and friends, foolish like a human and glorious like a Klingon. Bailey, she loved your speech. She was happy. The children enjoyed her play because of what you did. And it helped her understand Christmas. It was the flaws that made it perfect. It was like you gave her a gift.
Judge me. God Tak nukta chokla. Ka nukka chokam.
Now, Bailey, I will show you how your world could have been different if you had died gloriously in battle, as you now fear you never shall.
Vach ji tanish tak chok. Vach kup e chok bo shukwi behev.
As you say, if you'll recall, just a few years ago, the Empire clashed with a small fleet of Ferengi warships. It's one of their more aggressive trading missions.
Tech, iruf pubok. Pubek ai didev e rapater yakuf chud ach. Me dak shuvbe jokmaj ejyai. Nai lukve lak.
No coincidence there. Potter had seen advanced reports and sent you to a system he knew was empty of Ferengi ships.
No jack. Rek kuvaka. Muvanga moch.
Oh, so he does. But now you will see how it could have been different. This time, Potter was taken ill and left assignments to his adjunct, who divvied up assignments according to actual work.
Jishuva?
No, intense combat. You served as a captain aboard the IKV Marrow and helped defend it when it was boarded. You died! What? Took 3 Ferengi and 9 of their mercenaries with you. Easily. You serve as a captain of the Black Fleet.
Kakoi. Kadvakta. Diruj. Yimokmo.
Ah, but you forget your family. Your wife left without head of house. Juju, nearly 5 days old, left with honorable stories of her father, but no father.
Juju. Much. Jedi. Lupic. Lupidek. Jakbojva. Edak. Koptak. Hedgehog. Klingon. Rek. Ruyen. Lukme. Kamach. Jet. Lukme.
Stories fade. Stories don't change, not really. Growing children need living people to give advice that changes as life changes. So I understand. My people aren't really ever children.
Achji. You know.
Really, Ferengi? You think that makes for a great story? Cardassians, sure. Romulans, yes. Even humans, in a pinch. But Ferengi? You serve as a captain in the Black Fleet, sure, but not on a good ship.
Edge nukta koruvich.
Oh, Mary was desperate. She, as a woman, could not be the head of a Klingon house for some primitive reason. She had to remarry or lose everything. And remember the case of other widows and what they had done to retain their houses.
Kortume. Korme. Naish. Ko! Ko! Kashrachme!
Mary went to retain her house and marry the only one who could be called your superior officer, Counselor Potter. Alas, it did not go well for Mary. Within a year, she
died of an illness, leaving Juju in the hands of her stepfather Potter, who promptly passed her along to another, a new ally he made after your death, the very captain of the ship you died fighting, a Ferengi named Garage.
Dah, pu, klirek, luchikoi, Rand-McKay, lulapo, klingapu, bo, shutach, no temer purk, timbandi, mai mushpo, verengan o, goch, chodupo. Dabok nuk, varanganga, goch, and
Yes, he's real.
what nudge? The ball, ball, da we, yeah.
I tried to get a real Ferengi, but I couldn't afford one.
Jack, osh, dagat, ah?
Oh, Ferengi unions are amazing! just get on it. Oh, and the rhyming is really important to this one, and that weird, plosive, and glottal stop salad you call a language is just nuts. Either everything rhymes or nothing rhymes. So let's do this in some human-sounding language. Engage.
Our story begins in a small Klingon town, in a house that was formerly full of renown. From inside his mansion on a mountain tall, old Grange held a great golden sway over all, for he'd slowly tricked every house he had seen into ironclad mortgage, alone or lean.
I know the town. Life could not be better, and all that opposed me are dead, and deader.
Now you might right wonder how he ruled for a day without being replaced in the old Klingon way. But all who approached him to assassinate found themselves stunned by a lengthy debate.
For robbing us blind and causing great strife, we've come now, old Grange,
To end your life! You come now to kill me for shame that you come in anger in Kalis' name. For this is the holiday of beating the girl, a day now for triumph, not for dirty work. You should have come last because the day of the struck that they swore Captain Killing and then moving up. The best way, of course, to find days for transition is to examine the rules of acquisition. Number 3, estates never pay more cost than these kill leaders today. The cost will be your fall, so back to your homes for I devote you all.
I can't but think that he treats us like fools. Just rather look more damnable rules.
Once again, Rule 76 truth is proven. Forcing peace leaves your enemies mighty confusing. For a people with history as long as theirs, each day has a meaning I use to split hairs. And if real anniversaries aren't strong enough, I'm sure that the loads to come out with the bluff.
But there was one Klingon that with Grange held much water. As you probably guessed, it was Counselor Potter.
I must say, my dear Grange, I find it quite neat that with Ferengi rules, you do Klingons around eat.
Your words are quite welcome, but my mind is not swayed. I keep that child alive and expect to be paid.
With all of my heart, I do miss my dear wife. And her child is all that I have left of her life. That Bailey had honor I will never deny. And I'll always blame him for choosing to die. Well, dying before my revenge I can do it. Now I must be content to control his juju. But like her dead birth father, she thinks honor is real. So here is the statement. So with her, I don't have to deal.
I thank you, good father, and mean no offense, but as she grows larger, so does her expense. So I am afraid that I must ask for more.
Let me stop you right there, for I've told you before. I like you, and I've dealt with you at length. Although you care for money and I care for strength. I gave you this talent so you could bleed them all dry. As long as when I call they fight and they die. This Latin is a weapon that for you is unstuck, but I have other weapons, so don't press your luck. Now that settled, you don't think it'd be rude if I stayed for dinner? I brought my own food.
Counting and adding this to my latinum room is all that distracts me from what's coming soon.
Grange's skill with his rules was quite rightly feared, and he had his way for most of every year. But fast was approaching that horrible day that held every Klingon in its violent ways.
blood, the clanging of metal, and the crunching of bones. Sounds echo and reach up as far as my home. Such clatter it makes for a long night indeed. I find myself catching not 1 wink of sleep. Oh, and adding indeed to my night of sleep slaughter. Here comes my wretched Klingon's deaf daughter.
When catching him as in his misery he stood, was the Klingon child who was called a Shoo-Shoo.
Commander, I finished all of my chores. I washed all the dishes, I scrubbed all the floors. I've carefully sewn up your twins that split and wiped out your 9-piece irritating kid. Your supper's prepared and your breakfast the same. Nice, Commander. Yes, the game?
If you've done all that you were instructed to do, then go and take all of your noises with you.
Sir, if you came along, then I'm sure that you
Would by that noise have my head split in two?
you patrol the town in a belly or top.
Pay only their money, and that is enough.
So off Shoo-Shoo went with a heart full of sorrow. But she knew all sadness would be gone by the morrow, for she would spend the whole glorious night engaged in a heart-pounding, renewing fight.
I've got the best sound every money can buy. Bought it a bargain, the profligate. I moved my house to this hill wherever town it can loom, and the fighting still sounds like it's inside this room. It feels like the only way to save my health is to sneak out and steal all the weapons myself. But wait, when I dealeth my spirits aloft, I'll replace loud, hard things with what's quiet and soft. But what can I find in this late of a plot? Why, all that I need is in my unsold stock.
So off the grunge went for pillows and stuffed toys, things that held no interest for Klingon girls and boys. He was excited indeed when he thought of a problem. What would be done if thieving they caught him? For if he was seen, they would surely be at him.
And they will not stop, not for rules, love, or land. I know what I'll do to avoid such a mess. I'll disguise myself as their own very Kalis.
And almost as fast as his thought had to think, he threw on a robe, stained fearsome blood pink. Then he put on a big false forehead hat that his wife would love to. I think I'll skip that. His visage complete, now to carry the packs. His most trusted companion, a triple named Max. Mum return on investment.
But how to disguise you, my dear trusted friend? For if they see a tribble, my scheme's at an end. Aha! I know it will set me apart. A bloodthirsty dog that is pulling my cart.
His deception complete, Braun set out right away, with himself and some pillows and triple drawn sleigh. Think you'll be discovered? You may be proven wrong. Now to cover his antics, I'll sing you a song. You're a dishonorable one, Captain Crunch. You're a dirty, rotten rot. You're as brave as a trigger who's afraid of life. God, Captain Crunch. You're a dishonorable one, Captain Crunch. Your heart's an empty hole. You would gladly sell your mother for a tiny pile of gold, Captain Crunch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pain stick pole.
But who do I spot with Balcala Gate? A Klingon of sorts in a distinctive cape.
But let not my appearance fill your heart with fear. I am Kalis himself, so be hearty, my dear.
Kalis himself, my how fortunate I. I thought to meet Kalis I would have to die. Please tell me, O Kalis, assuming you're real, what our weapons you're trying to steal.
What stealing indeed, and what weapons? Oh, these. Scarce with these no things of your fighting needs, for I have long noticed your spirits don't fade, and the least I can do is to sharpen your blade.
You do speak most true there, of lost her edge. But you must understand, you see up on that ledge, goes my stepfather Grunch, the head of our house. And in matters of money, he's as kind as a louse. he degrudges the cost of a mere binding stone, and drains us all dry with predatory loans. He hopes to find talent underneath his thumb, but we are still Klingons. His day won't come.
Well, glad I am to know you've not lost who you are, but I do think you take things just a bit too far. You speak of this Raj with words vicious and tart, but I can well see his great warrior's heart.
If you speak truth, me as in the hall, that his warrior's heart is 3 sizes too small. But no matter how tiny his heart is made, it can surely be found by the tip of a blade.
I will take that too, and before I hear cries, I'll bring you another that's double in size, no triple, quadruple for reasonable price. And I'll be back fast. Now won't that be nice?
So off the Grunch went with all blades in his pack. Aside from the daggers, which was dead in his bag.
Axe!
You disgust us, Captain Grunch. You're low, you big and worm. You steal from mighty Klingons, thinking they will take their turn, Captain Grunch. And if you think your silly costume could fool a blind packlet, ha! You've a lesson to learn. So, Max pulled Grunch right back up the hill, and Grunch felt his heart leap up with a thrill. And rather than lurk in the silence and cower, to sound damper he ran, and reversed the power.
This better be good, Raj, if you thought it best to make a powerful man from a powerful mess.
You know how I suffer this nice battle